put Jared on Roy Hibbert early, and Hibbert, he drew a few fouls on Hibbert. Hibbert never really got into rhythm this game. What do you think of Sullinger's low post defense, being an undersized?
Pretty good one-on-one D. Yeah, he's pretty good one-on-one D. There's no question about it. I thought he did a pretty good job. Roy Hibbert's a load down there, and you know, I thought Jared gave us 31 pretty good minutes, and he was actually sick earlier today. So at one point, you know, I think he was he didn't go through our walkthrough at all. So he did a pretty good job considering.
Okay, so Kelly's ankle, who knows what the status is now? It shouldn't be too serious. But Jimmy...
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
You know that? Based on all the information
He's a doctor.
I've taken in
He's
every little bit of evidence.
I don't think he's going to play tomorrow. I don't think
he's going to play tomorrow, sure. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be a 3-week layoff for him at this point.
No, it does. It was. I mean, it was wrapped. You could see he didn't have a shoe on. It was wrapped. I don't know how serious.
He did see his ankle. That was good.
He had a chance to look at his ankle. That was the question. You got an answer.
Yeah.
Okay, but the point is, so Kelly's been thrust into the starting lineup along with Sullinger. They've against Favrani and Bass were starting earlier in the year. I mean, Jimmy, they've been losing, but it seems like at least Sullinger has really been producing better than any other big man has for this team.
I like it. I think those guys have to start because it's not about this year, anyways. They're going to lose games whether those guys are starting or not. If those are your starters in the future, then they should be your starters now. And honestly, they're playing well enough to earn that spot.
Yeah.
I don't see. I like them starting. I love Sullinger starting. He's been the team's only bright spot throughout the losing streak, I think. I mean, sometimes Crawford, sometimes Bradley, but always seems like Sullinger is doing good things out there, whether it's on offense or defense. And just his game against the Spurs, I mean, against Tim Duncan, one of the all-time greats. Obviously, he's not what he used to be, Duncan, but he's still a great player in the NBA. And to do what he did, I don't know.
Still pretty close to what he used to do.
Oh, I mean, he's a great player, absolutely.
Fewer minutes, but you know,
Sullinger had a better night stat-wise than Duncan did. So I think it's good to see Sullinger and Olynyk getting that experience together early, because those guys are only going to get better, and they're going to get better playing with each other. So it's really good to see that. That's really my silver lining.
Yeah, I mean, I like starting those guys for the future. I also like starting them right now.
Yeah.
I think if you want to win games right now, that combination is your best combination.
Yeah.
There was this assumption early in the season that you need Vitor Favrani in there to counter whatever center you're up against on the other team. I don't believe that anymore. I think that Sullinger, even if he's only 6'8" or whatever his actual height is, doesn't need height to go up against guys like Roy Hibbert and Dwight Howard and Tim Duncan.
Because he's quicker.
He's got muscle too.
Yeah,
he can push those guys around.
He's
got a big butt for one
spot.
thing.
Yeah.
He puts his butt in the way.
The
you cannot rebound over that.
So does Sully.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
When Jared Sullinger's butt is in the way, you cannot rebound.
A lot of butts going on right now.
There's a lot of butts, I know. But like, I think that we saw him send up to Roy Hibbert, who's like 5 or 6 inches taller than him. It didn't matter how tall the guy was. He just got in there and pushed him around.
I agree.
And if he can do that every game, then you don't need Vitor Favrani starting anymore.
All right, well, Sully talked about that after the game.
Yeah, he did.
Roy Hibbert's got a big size advantage over you, but you really took him out of his game early tonight. Was that a matter of kind of pushing him off the block and not letting him get comfortable?
No, with some guys like that, you just got to make it hard for them to catch the ball. Roy is a very good basketball player. There's a reason why he gets paid what he does. And you just got to kind of make it tough for him. You can't always play him the same. So my goal was trying to push him, get him off the block a little bit, front him, and make his catches hard. In this league, if you let somebody, like a premier player like Roy Hibbert, catch the ball on the block, you're dead. And so I was just trying to make it tough on him.
So Brandon Bass was put in the starting lineup at the beginning of the season to kind of be that defensive mainstay for this team. And
something you don't. Last show he was not on board with that.
No, but the thing though is that you're looking at what Sullinger's doing defensively. He's doing a pretty good job. I mean, Dwight. Well, I'm not going to make an argument about that Houston game. Dwight Howard didn't put up big numbers. That's because he didn't need to. Tim Duncan had a good game, but nothing spectacular out of him. Sullinger did a pretty good job. He outplayed him there. And then once again tonight, Roy Hibbert, one of the elite centers in the league, outplayed by Jared Sullinger. Last Garden Report, we talked about how much of a disaster was coming up because they were facing pretty much the 3 best centers in basketball. Yeah. And even though it was a disaster, it was definitely not for that reason, Evans.
No, it wasn't, and that's because they're trusting Jared Sullinger to play big minutes, and the guy's he's up for it. He's playing well. I'm not going to talk about Brandon Bass. I just pass. I'm done.
Not a huge difference in points in the paint tonight, 44-36, but I don't have the. I'm going to look. Everyone just bear with me.
Okay, what's the number?
In the third quarter, the points in the paint, I feel like there was a difference. Yeah, 14-0. Thank
Well,
you.
the Pacers got
For
a
the
lot of points in the
Pacers.
paint that were layups off of turnovers.
Right, I know,
mean,
I know,
that's
I
not
know.
points in the
That's true.
paint, points in the paint.
Those were
Well,
wide
fine,
open.
but for
dunks
the
and
sake of the
stuff like
stat,
that.
Oh,
let's do
yeah,
that.
Whatever.
No, but to go on what we were saying, there wasn't a huge difference. I mean, Hibbert, 6 points and 8 rebounds. I mean, really, not
It's not.
4
not-
fouls. That was the
not
big
much
one.
out of Hibbert tonight, and that's saying something because, like you said, I mean, 7-footer, superstar, max player. For Sullinger to come in there and play the way he did against him, that says a lot about where he is. And he's still not fully back, like health-wise, physically.
Isn't he? I mean, he seems pretty much
Well,
fully there.
They say he's not. They say he's not there condition-wise.
And he was sick tonight.
Today he was sick. He had the flu.
tonight.
Yeah.
Supposedly he was sick, and
Or
condition,
So was
something.
Keith, by the way.
condition-wise,
Something
even
going around.
even he says he's not back condition-wise where he needs to be. So, my point is, he's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Good point.
And the show's only
Good
going to
point,
get
Jimmy.
better. We're coming back with Baller of the Night
We
and
might get
boxing
worse.
out.
Can't get any worse.
Throw some bows. Tune in for part 3.